Alright, everyone. We return to the fortress of... we return to the world of Ushul Minbaz, the realm of enchanting. And the fortress of Datan Datur Igath Anriz, Ironspire, the scraped skies. How is? I'm doing good, you know? It's been a good time. I've been riding a wave of hope lately. And with the siege update, I've got a new hyperfixation. Alright, so is this an elf or a... Yeah. Okay, she must be part of the group of poets that came in to perform for our people. Okay. But it looks like she is kind of helping out as well. Alright. Sid is currently just kind of wandering around, helping out storing items. Ari is taking a little time off. Now she is meditating upon mountains. Getting a little peace in order here. Let's see. Jamie is reading a book called Knowledge on the Author. Oh yeah, that elf brought a few books in. Solar Sniper is reading a book called The Goblins, Before and After. It is about the authoring of Mosses, The Fool Will Tell by the goblin Zolak Malistusk. Writing is very rigid. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Let's see. Unib here is listening to poetry. Kova is reading The Hidden Meaning of the Elves. Looks like people were really hungering for some good literature. Welcome back, Tara. Good to see you. Sad you missed a police game. Spent the last hour on the phone with your sister. Assuming Jack realized he was not behaving well and deciding he should step down as police chief. Ha 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 ha. No. In fact, the exact opposite. Robespierre offered him the job of police chief for life if Jack helps him take down the mayor. Because the mayor plans to storm Robespierre's house and just like bust him in a SWAT operation and claim that he was a terrorist. So Robespierre kind of has no choice but to strike first. So, we're carving out a little area here, and I'm going to explain why. This place here is going to become a little engineer's guild. Just nomming. What are you nomming, Renetta? What foods are you fooding on? Okay, if we confirm that we just use 100 bone bolts for hunting, then that leaves all of these wooden bolts available for testing. Not feeling so hot today. Ooh, Chinese food. That sounds good. I would love to have some Chinese food, but I'll have to wait until I get paid for that. Big dog pups have hatched. Hell yeah. Hey, trans fam. Yes, you are back in time for dwarves. We're gonna get dig out all of the good ore here. Meditating on fortresses, on mountains, praying to Kurlig the Steamy. Let's see, Terra is, I think, currently still the expedition leader. Yep. Okay, Terra is praying to a god called Kurlig the Steamy. Don't know who that is. I've never heard of them before. But if we make this area a temple real quick. Kurlig the Steamy is a god of fortresses, war, and chaos. Interesting. Bet they're hot. We'll have to check them in Legends mode later. Actually, you know what? We can do a little bit of checking on them right now. So if we do a stoneworkers workshop, we go to a rock statue. We ask for some detail. Kurlig the Steamy. Kurlig the Steamy is a deity of the vigorous nets. Kurlig most often takes the form of a female dwarf and is associated with chaos, war, and fortresses. Perhaps a useful deity to have on our side, given everything that we're expected to do here. All right, we will begin the smelting once again. Get burning the coal, get firing up the ore. We do love a good chaos goddess here, yeah. While we're at it, okay, Kova's busy chipping out that statue. I'm gonna make a couple of querns. I think I put in the mod that lets you. Okay, maybe not. Where we have very little in the way of iron ore. No, we've got plenty of iron ore. We have very little in the way of fluxstone. And it looks like another cat has adopted Terra. Love learning about the dumb shit people do and was due to poor planning and bad order. For the most part, yeah. The same goes for like crime most of the time. Like if you listen to those like true crime podcasts, you kind of expect it to be like, oh, you know, the killer was a super genius. Nobody expected him to employ such brilliant methods of murder. And then, you know, you look into it and it turns out that the cops had been called like 50 times, but one of the people who called the cops was a woman, and so like they didn't do anything. And like the only reason anybody investigated is because after like 50 times, you know, they go and investigate the rank smell of death that's coming from the apartments. They're coming up in like multiple cats, right? Okay, so last time we got ourselves a couple of people designated to be armor smiths. So we gotta start like banging out some copper helmets. 50 of them. Because you don't want to. The fortress attracted no migrants this season. Yeah, you don't want to start out with like the really good stuff. You don't want to start them out by like by using up all of your steel or iron. You want to get them started off on like lower class stuff first. You want them to really you want them to really practice on like copper helms and gauntlets and stuff like that first. Whatever you happen to have around in abundance. Plenty of gems here. Okay, we've got plenty of drinks for now. And plenty of food. So that means that all of our dwarves can focus on some of the bigger tasks. Ooh, another cavern. Ah, and this one has fungus, dimple cups, sweet pods, plump helmets, and no doubt some very fertile soil. All right, I'm gonna put in a door here as a matter of priority. And this area has a water source. So we can grab water here from a well if we need to, and no doubt there's stuff here we can fish. And this is a very interesting thing to look at. We've got a vault. What's inside this vault? Only one way to find out. Well, there's a couple of ways. The safest way is that we simply dig our way in. But I say we do a little fortification. That's where we smooth down the stone and then chip away just enough to look into the next block. That way, we know whether or not it's safe. Looks like it's just obsidian on the inside, meaning that this block is completely benign. We've got some star sapphires, obsidian, rubies, all available to make into some fancy jewelry. We've got magnetite, mudstone, limonite, onyxes, and plenty of fungus trees. Ah, another vault. Dwarf. Yeah, we are dwarfing now. It is dwarfing time. We have found a cavern as well. So, some of our weavers should start coming down to gather up spider silk. Okay, I'm gonna smooth this down, and then do a little fortification. Mighty dwarfy rangers. Okay, we've got Hellola. Alright, we're peeking in. What do we got? Emeralds. Okay, so once again, nothing dangerous. This is like opening loot boxes. It's like, today we're cracking open these vaults that were left behind by the gods. But first, a word from our sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah, it definitely minimizes the amount of risk. The biggest risk is if there's fire inside or magma. But if there's like a demon or an angel in there, then it's still trapped. The biggest risk then is if the demon or angel has like fire or like deadly spittle or something that allows it to reach out and touch someone. Okay, we have mudstone, jet, tetrahedrite, and yet we still do not have any fluxstone. We have no flux given. Alright. But the important thing is, like, the consolation prize in all of that is that we have cracked the caverns. And in cracking the caverns, we have all of our soil, whether it's available now or if we dig it out later, we find that it all gets covered in a layer of moss and fungus of like everything that we have up here. And that means we can move our sheep from above ground to below ground. And look, it's got dimple cups growing already. Early autumn. So right now, the amount of migrants that we've had is basically nothing, short of the mandatory amount of migrants we've had as like part of Dwarf Fortress's inherent mechanics. So we really need to step up our efforts. We need to start accumulating wealth here in the fortress. We need to produce more wealth in the form of crafts, and we need to start trading more with the mountain home. That will get the word out that Ironspire is a place to come to. So, let's take a look at our stonks. We've got a lot of iron. We've got silver, we've got copper, we even have platinum. Since we've got plenty of copper... Wow, why is our manager not putting in the orders? Okay, apparently Sid has become the manager. Or maybe she always was. Alright, get those orders placed, Sid. Start throwing out orders. We've been carving out a big old amount of gems and clay here. Maybe it's best if we don't have somebody whose main job is mining be the manager. Alright. Let's see. But she is kind of our best organizer. Okay, she's gonna go have a drink. Hopefully once she has a drink, she'll recognize that she's gotta do some orders. If not, we can always turn off mining labor. Yeah, we gotta make sure that she has a thought plan to start like doing the like placing the manager orders. In the meantime, we'll put in for some rock crafts here at the Crafts Dwarf workshop. Process some plants, milk some animals, make some cheese. We've got a lot of crafts in this bin, but we want more if we want the mountain home to sit up and take notice. Okay, looks like our orders are all finally placed. There's Cyrocanu going to smelt some limonite. Jaunty over here getting some smelting done as well. We've got a lot of iron here that is going to be need to be made. So right now we have basically 2 people who are assigned to make copper helms. That is Mincott the Bone Carver and Kib the Jeweler. Ah, I didn't actually finish the labor last time. Okay, there we go. Done. Alright. So now only those people will do copper helm forging. We get a couple of good masters who are just going to be really good at chipping this away. Ah, our diplomacy earlier has paid off. This is not the mountain home. This is a deer man merchant. We sent out a military force of 1 to demand tribute from other places, and when they said no, it told them, hey, there's some dwarves over here that want to trade. Sure, they were a little bit rude before in saying that, you know, we should give them some stuff. But if we go over there and trade, then they'll we can both get stuff. A group of citizens is stranded. Oh. How? How did you get stranded? How did you fall down into that cavern there? Sure, she wants what she always wants. I don't think she wants that.
Trans rights.
True. Hey, Archangel, how you doing? Alright, so now the merchants from the mountain home are here as well. Yeah, the dwarf is currently stranded, so alright, you know what? Since we don't have a huge amount to offer them, taking a break from cleaning. Gotcha, gotcha. I wonder if the deer people use similar ethics when it comes to stuff that is made of wood. Well, only one way to find out. So wacky when they scramble away like that. It's just like, how did you get there? I don't know. And, you know, the main thing I'm interested in is getting you the hell back into the fortress. I can sell off a couple of these lesser iron picks. Okay, we've got copper helms being made, and we'll do some silver crafts. Regardless of the craft dwarf ship, they should still fetch a pretty good price. Same for some copper craft. Mwah.
Yeah. You're cutie.
Zelda has begun drinking straight from the like. She likes to put her mouth against the spout of the fountain and just lick at it. It's very cute. We got her a kitty fountain so that she's got interesting moving water because you know, partly to keep it fresh and partly because cats are more likely to drink from water that stays in one that like moves around. A lot of chickens, a lot of beak dogs. Once they start growing up, then we'll have some really good crafts out of beak dog leather and beak dog bone. Looks like one of our dwarfs has started shooting at turkeys with a crossbow. Inverse of frogs. Oh, do frogs prefer like still water? Okay, let's discuss your situation. There's much to share. Okay, once again. Ooh, actually, what pets can we get? Ooh, let's get some jabberers. Might be a little ambitious, but I really want some jabberers. Unicorns would be cool, but I don't think we can train them up for war. We could get cave dragons, but they are nightmarishly expensive. We'll save those for another time. In the meantime, I want chalk, and we'll ask for steel. I don't think we have any cave toads that we can trade. Alright. More amulets. We don't have any bins that have finished goods in by the look of it. Got a bin full of gems though. At the end of the day, if we're oh no wait, here's a finished goods bin. Here we go, a couple more. Yes, come feast your eyes on our crafts. And in addition to telling them about our crafts, we've got something that is vitally important. A message that we'll be sending home to our goblin queen. Something that will be vague enough, but something that she will understand, knowing that she sent us out here to accomplish it. A simple message, but one that she will recognize. It works. Because she sent us out here to ascertain whether or not the siege weapon designs would be suitable for fighting off the goblins. With that mission accomplished, it is now a matter of enticing her here by making sure this place is a worthy mountain home. Let's take a look at the deer men. Deer men have some copper and some silver sterling. A couple of blocks, some rope, some instruments. Peregrine falcon. Well, they have a llama. A llama could be pretty useful. We can create all sorts of textiles from llama wool. We have an iron halberd. Not very useful for dwarves, but still. They've brought sand, which we can make into glass. Box of leather could be useful for crafting. Some wool in a bin. A whole bunch of different meat, and then some fish. You know what? We'll take these mussels, and then we can reprocess them, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Potato plants. Purple yam plants. I don't know what, like, valley herbs are, but, like, maybe they'll be, like, interesting. Winter melons, passion fruits. We have cheese. We'll get some cheese. And we do want some paper just in case. We'll start selling the first things that any Dwarf Fortress typically sends out. That is low quality stone crafts based off of the first things that we dug out. And then these are made out of water buffalo horn. So we can't get you more of those because the only 2 water buffaloes we had, we sacrificed in order to, we butchered them to keep everything going. Okay, so pearlash, potash, that's all good for, like, making, like, glass. Block of marble. A few boulders of chalk. We have to buy those so that they know that we want them next year. We got some barrels of milk and some booze. A bag of sugar, but it's like really valuable. Some leather. Cloth. I'm pretty sure they don't have any cave toads, Ash. A lot of lobsters. Some good dwarven cheese. A book on Worm Cloister. We do need some more reading material. We're being a bit ambitious here. I don't know if we'll be able to purchase everything, but we'll give it a go. Hopefully, hopefully they'll stick around long enough for us to produce some of those like silver and copper crafts in order to really get good. And then we'll trade them some stuff. You know what? Sure. We'll trade a couple of these rubies and sapphires that we got from deep down within the within the vaults. Pleased with the trading? Good. And then we'll send them a few of these little sundries as a gift. And we'll see to it that our leader gets this offering. It's good to see that the merchants are still dwarves. Not that anyone here has a problem with goblins, but it would be worrying if our entire species was wiped out. Presents for the leader, yes. Start of our build-up to enticing our monarch out here. The fortress attracted no migrants this season again, so we are once again stuck. But you know what? We've got cloth, we've got leather. We can start we can make some brown dye here. We can make some bright yellow. Need some cranberries to make some good red dye. Potatoes could make more of a white. Rhubarb leaf, spinach leaf. Let's make some alderbark dye. Over to talk just a little. Well, yeah, the objective of this fortress is to act as a is to act as a buffer between us and the goblin forces led by a particular lizard demon. We want them to stop attacking our homeland, and in doing so, we will hopefully provide enough of a distraction to either make sure that they stop attacking our capital and maybe come after us long enough for our people to catch their breath, so to speak. That's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario is that this place becomes greater than the mountain home and encourages the Goblin Queen to make her way over to our fortress and make this place the mountain home. Our dwarves are trying out new innovations. Reinforced walls, new siege weapons. The queen is a goblin. Yes, the past several monarchs of this civilization have been goblins. The goblins just kind of stuck around and were charismatic enough to be considered, you know, just to become part of the civilization. We have a pre-prepared trap throne room. Nah, we're okay with goblins here. Like, a great many people of importance in this civilization are goblins. Right, yeah, this dwarf is still stranded. Okay. Alright, let's go rescue them. No dwarf left behind. Or as few dwarves left behind as possible. Unpause. Let's go. Besides, I would have thought that you'd be okay with having a goblin monarch there, Fracta. Okay, looks like the merchants from the mountain home are preparing to leave. We've done a pretty good set of trades with them. Hopefully, they will bring back knowledge of the wealth that there is to be made in Datandator. There's no dwarf Giuliani posting memes about the burning mountains of the message you forgot. God, what a fucking time we live in. Tyrus of Ironspire has created a masterpiece conglomerate hive. Yeah, because we have bees on the map. So in addition to everything else, we're gonna have ourselves some bees. Okay, we've made some silver crafts. We're gonna make ourselves some rock tables and some rock thrones. Get really, some of our stone crafters some good experience. Ah, the goblin dancer who showed up to entertain people is now just taking 10,038 bees in her bare hands. I'm just going to go put them in a random hive. Uh-oh. Lorbam the gem setter has been missing for a week. Yeah, that's the one who's down in the caverns. We're trying to rescue them. Yeah, you can clearly see where they are. Go dig. Help them out. Okay, the merchants from the Deer People have left. A gremlin? Okay. Looks like it ran away. Both Mitha and Sid are out here to collect webs. Okay, you know what, Sid? Let's get you back on mining duty. Going to weave thread into silk. I think maybe we need, okay, this Fisher Dwarf, we've got plenty of spare pickaxes. You're gonna do mining now as well. Maybe just mining duty. Yeah, like she's got some other stuff that she need to do. Miners are shirking, I know, right? We've got like only selected people do this though. We've got like 5 dwarves now who are down to mine. Okay, here's Jamie. Okay, she's going in with the rescue tunnel. I just hope we're not too late. If you're ever wondering about like getting steel, by the way, you can request Fluxstone from the Mountain Home. You can also request steel bars. One other thing you can also recommend is steel anvils. They're heavy, but they require 3 steel bars to make, meaning that when you melt them down, you are guaranteed to have one whole. Oh my god, Jamie, why? But yeah, it means that you're guaranteed a single bar of steel. Might be a little costly, but could still be worth it. Alabaster gold. Okay, you know what? We'll tag that for later. Gold may not hold an edge, but it can cut straight through the soul of greedy creatures. Looks like our population is down to 19. I think we're too late. Got a bard visiting, the tourmaline, tetrahedrite. Gold has use. I mean, metaphorically, it can cut a human soul. You know, you can make it into cool crafts. You can make it into fanciful furniture. And at the end of the day, if you want to trade with elves for like some of their cool animals that they have, then you can make gold into coins. And like the best thing about gold coins is you know that there is just gold in them. There's no chance of there being any like decorations of wood or bone or leather on them, which means that when you hand a stack of coins to the elves, there is no way that they will take umbrage about it. Looks like we have been planting some blackberries. Excellent. In spring, we can make some grapes. Do elves get mags that might have been cooked with charcoal? They do not, because they kind of give us the benefit of the doubt on that one. After all, might have been smelted with magma. They don't have a way of proving either way. Make some good meals here. Get making that cheese as well. Okay, we don't have any room to put any processed plants. And here we can make a farmer's workshop. And this will be for like shearing these animals and for milking them. Okay, with some wooden buckets, we'll make some barrels too. Fractor, what happens when you process plants to a barrel? It only processes plants that can be processed to a barrel. Like the basic process plants thing right now, they're turning quarry bush leaves into, I think, rock nuts, which are a different type of food. Processing plants to a barrel, for instance, they are getting sweet pods. Sweet pods, when you process them to a barrel, I believe that makes a barrel of dwarven syrup. Yep, there we go. They basically, yeah, they squeeze out sweet pods until it gets made into dwarven syrup, which is a pretty high value gem, like pretty high value cooking thing. Yeah, there we go. Lord Bam was found dead, dehydrated. Our first death in the fortress. It is well that our fortress worships many different gods, including among them Guthstak Buzzardsucks, the goblin goddess of the earth and death, among other things. We know that we come from the earth, and to the earth we return. It is an inevitable dragging grasp. We try to fight it our whole lives. But Guthstak is patient. She will wait for us until such time as we are ready to until such time as we lose our grip. Hers is an inevitable end for every mortal creature on this planet in the realm of enchanting. But we also have to remind ourselves that the dead have to be honored. Because if we do not honor them, there's a good chance that they will come back as something terrible, something that can harass us for daring to to not honor them. Luckily, we have access to the body, and we have plenty of rock to make coffins. Limonite, hematite, tetrahedrite. Let's start making some gold as well. Alright, one thing we're going to do with all the helmets is we're going to order them to be melted down. Because we have no need for these common craftsmanship copper helms. We can get back some of the copper from that and make it into something more useful. Oh, by the way, Fracta, have you seen the new bolt thrower in action? Lesson today's billionaires are determined to try and cheat. Memento mori. Mospar Urjul Awesome, a human hammerman, is visiting. Okay. What business do you have here? They're just ready to leave. I guess their business is they were just passing through. Still, this means that the goblins will be aware of our location now. A lot of people have passed through, and it's only a matter of time before before Flinch Lizard is, you know, covetous enough to make the decision to test our forces. We have to be ready. The fortified walls are a success in terms of whether or not they can be placed. Our engineers believe them to be structurally sound. So we continue the construction project. Conglomerate and iron. Tough walls designed to keep out invaders. Looks like Tyrus is currently doing some of the cooking. Making up a whole bunch of roasts out of different plump helmet stuff and beak dog eggs. But we're gonna have them stop just in case. We've got a lot of roasts on our hands right now. We don't want them to start spoiling. Human Axeman. Seeking information about the location of the glory of strangling. What is this? A dwarf monster slayer, but this is an intelligent type of undead known as a pale slayer. Here to enjoy the fruits of oiling. This, the name of this tavern. Very strange creature indeed. A former member of a place called the Mahogany Fury is a former warlord of the Buttery Tusks. The kinds of people that are showing up here continue to become ever more dangerous. The intelligent undead are, I've often seen them be untrustworthy. Alright. We have hundreds of drinks now. We can cease the brewing for a little bit. I think our dwarves are overcompensating now. Like we've for so long we had you know, next to no fruit, like next to no food and next to no drinks. And so now we're just bringing in a crazy amount. Grabbing up all these spider webs. Silk should be very satisfying. Oh, yes. Because we have some bags of sand, we can make a couple of glass furnaces. I'm going to turn that sand into glass of some sort.
Welcome to the cocktail lounge. Please enjoy your stay.
Thank you very much for the follow. Follows are anonymous, but always appreciated. Feel free to hang out and chat if you want, but never feel obligated. Ah, Dr. Blood Vomit. Welcome, welcome. I remember you from Hanedu's chat. Okay, this is going to be our first rudimentary burial area. We need to get that, okay, so we put this as a 1x1 tomb, and then Lorbam's corpse is designated to be placed within. A careless death, one created by falling into a cavern layer and failing to escape. We could not save them in time. But you know, life goes on for the rest of us. It must. Because if we do not carry on, then what was their death for? We've got a lot of naked goblin poets here, just out giving all sorts of different bits of poetry. Looks like Kova is currently getting a drink. Ari is busy smelting some hematite. How goes the dwarfening? The dwarfening goes pretty well. We've lost our first dwarf, but I think we're otherwise pretty good. Let's you know, while we're here, let's test the siege weapons again for those who haven't seen them. There are currently 3 siege weapons in the game. Look at that. The catapult, which quite rapidly flings a boulder, which then just shoots. Right now, we've got them like loading, like falling into an ammunition trench to be caught later. But in practice, they would explode and send fragments of stone everywhere. And the ballista fires a giant arrow. And that thing fires really quick. We've got someone to stand ready here at the ballista so that they are ready to fire. They're recovering the boulders, I see. Ah, here we go. Mitha is ready to fire. Order the ballista to fire. Shoom. You see how fast that moves? That's insane. And then finally, the brand new weapon for the siege update. Using an oversized crossbow and a series of ropes and gears and a big old bin on top, we have the bolt thrower. It throw bolt. That fired 100 bolts in the space of about a second. Maybe two. It's like even if that's all simply made of like wood or bone, that many bolts firing that fast is going to just annihilate. I'm pretty sure it will annihilate like any number of creatures. Okay, so this is 5 by 5 by 1. That's 4 by 4 by 1. Okay. I'm gonna widen this a little bit. Seven. We're gonna build out this fortress a fair bit. Make some big, long, reinforced walls, and then with some towers at the different corners. And that's where we'll stage the bolt throwers for it to be used on live subjects. Ah, looks like another cat has adopted Terra. I think she has like a preference for cats. She has 3 right now. Colette, Sazia, and Dobar. We take a look at her preferences. She does indeed like cats for their aloofness. It makes sense that like if a cat is a stray and a dwarf wants to adopt the cat, or in this case, the cat adopt the dwarf, then that will simply happen. Okay, here we go. Lorbam's skeleton has been laid to rest. So now that she's been laid to rest, there is no chance that she will come back as a ghost. Because that's always the primary concern. Looks like our grapes are coming in nicely. We have a modest amount of grapes so that we can brew wine. And the more different types of booze that we have, the less likely our dwarves will get bored of drinking the same booze all the time. Because that is a thing that can happen in this game. Yeah, after several trial runs, you know, Cyrokanu, our chief siege engineer, is confident that that once we have fortifications in place, that we'll be ready to use these siege weapons in a defensive capacity. All right. Meanwhile, we're setting up some tables and chairs. Nothing too fancy just yet. I'm gonna make a meeting area. This is going to be a guild hall for siege engineers. After all, it's going to be important to train up siege engineers or siege operators, you know, not everybody necessarily needs to know how to build the siege engines, but we definitely are going to need people who know how to use them. Training up a military is all very well and good, but with the type of tools we suspect our enemies will soon have, it's also going to be important to prepare some cool machines as well. Okay. There's a whole bunch of trees that have all been felled around here. That's because I want to make sure that we've got clear lines of sight, and we like scrape away these hills to like flatten them, to give us to make sure that people are not to make sure we've got like clear lines of approach. Okay, we've put down all the hives that we currently have. We've got plenty of bees here. One thing that we will need, if we're going to take advantage of the honey, is to make a screw press. So to that end, we need to start churning out some more mechanisms. Okay, let's get some more mechanics workshops built then. Because if there's one thing this fortress is going to need a lot of, it's mechanisms. A petition. Onget Gemblade wishes to reside in Ironspire for the purpose of entertaining visitors. Who is Onget Gemblade? Looks like a dwarf bard from the Hammer of Monasteries. Much more successful civilization than ours. But you know, maybe we can learn something. Maybe we can even persuade her to stay with us. And we've got some straight up gold here now. With that sand that we've got, maybe we can make some green glass. Ah, why is there blood? Ah, looks like a dog is finding a giant rat. Okay, Tyrus is head of our military. I want you to come on in and join this fight. Looks like the giant rat is currently unconscious, but, you know, we should also, you know, our main dwarf should be, our main, like, military commander should be here punching things. As the tide turned, I feel no terror. Looks like it was mostly just Tyrus punching that rat to death. Yeah, there was a lot of punches there. Cool. All right. Well, now we'd better get that rat butchered up. It's not, the butcher shop is not close enough. Lenny is just here to clean up the blood. Okay. we can move it a little bit closer if we designate this area as a garbage dump, and then we designate the rat's corpse to be dumped. Okay, Jaunty has grabbed the rat corpse, well, the giant rat corpse. Drag it on over to the designated garbage dump. Then we undesignate it as a forbidden item. And now we should be able to have it butchered. Cool. So now Jamie is coming on over to do a little bit of butchery. Cut up the rat into some meat, then we can tan its leather and use its bones. A successful kill, I would say. Okay, so none of the dogs appear to have been trained up yet. I think I know why. We don't have a designated training area. Without a designated training area, they'll just kind of sit there as slated for training forever. Carve ourselves out a little area here in the agricultural floor. Oop. So now we should there we go. Looks like one of the elves is coming over to train the stray war dog. If there are going to be giant rats wandering around, we're going to want those dogs ready and willing to protect us. Here we go. Don't worry, you know, the elves may be, you know, we may have some history when it comes to the elves. People may disagree with us for the, you know, they may disagree with our ways of steel. But this particular elf is a bard, and so, you know, they have no they have no quarrel with us when it comes to, you know, our ways. They won't judge us for using items made of steel. They won't judge us for making things out of wood or charcoal or leather. Aha. Looks like we are heading into early spring. I love that this game has an autosave function now because, you know, without it, you know, a game crash would be so much more catastrophic. It's a beautiful day outside, and The dwarves are getting ready to continue the construction of Ironspire. This first layer of the defenses is going to be instrumental in making sure that if anybody does come to besiege us, then we'll be ready. And even though we don't have a massive amount of dwarves here, I am definitely proud of them for the work that they're putting in. Ironspire. Yep, that is a name I chose for them. Its full name is Ironspire, the Scraped Skies, because it's something of a name of lofty intent. It is their hope one day that that this fortress will be able to scrape the skies. Okay, we need to cut this tree down because it's in the way. Yeah, our first task is basically get a rudimentary wall in place. We don't know where the goblins will exactly, like, where they'll appear from. But at the very least, we can try to anticipate it. We can plan a few defenses ahead of time. Okay, more people are visiting. We have trained up our war dogs. Beautiful. We should have enough mechanisms now for the screw press. No, really? Okay, I guess no one's made any yet. A lot of dancers and poets here, getting some entertainment ready. Mostly for each other. There's a lot of folks who are just too busy to spend time with these poets just yet. Okay. Train up some of those dogs. At the very least, we'll have a few war dogs here to help us out if anything goes south. All right, let's open up the. Oh boy, they're all headed out. They're all headed out. Okay, yeah, there's a few pups there that were not appropriately pastured. nor any of these chicks. Once those start growing up, we are really going to have to cull a few of these. We're going to start with opening this area up so any of the nest boxes can have their eggs taken. Animal, make cheese. We've got some pigs that have grown up. That's excellent. If it ever comes to a matter of a siege, then at the very least we will not starve to death. We have plenty of a bard. You know, you say you're a bard, but you know you're pretty much armed to the teeth here. Hey Ari, the fort is going well. We are just about to we're putting the final touches on the very first layer of the wall. And once that's done, we can see about building up the fortifications. Watch some anime with the wife? Hell yeah. What anime were you watching? Oh shit. Oh no. Oh, that's a bad thing. Id Carol Kogan the Bard has transformed into a werebeaver. That's bad. Okay, that's really bad. Okay. Terra, the expedition leader, punched the werebeaver a whole bunch. Okay. Did not get hit. Okay. We have to examine the werebeaver's combat logs. Okay, it was Id Carol Kogan. Okay. Werebeaver has... Ah, shit. They bit an elf dancer in the right lower leg, tearing the muscle. Bit her again. Shook her around. Bites the elf dancer again. Okay, so a bard was bitten and a dancer. Okay, okay. Shakes the bard around. Bites a goblin dancer. Oh my god. Oh, this is wild final. Let's see. May I ask for one final thing? A wild final boss appears and the witch from upstairs. I haven't heard that. Is that literally the name of the title? Werebeaver elves, you know, it does sound like something they'd hate. Or maybe they would love just being able to heal things for free. Militia captain stabs a pick in. Alright, you know what? We're gonna... Okay. We're gonna run a full curse check. Okay, the only one who is currently cursed is Iru Lemavodo. I guess because they're the only one who is alive, who was still bit. Okay, yeah. Injured, ability to grasp somewhat impaired. Okay. We need to get this one out of here. What do you mean we can't banish them? Okay. I'm gonna name this one Infection. Yeah, how you doing, Copper? Mind if we set some time to sit together where I walk you through DF like we did with Funga? Yeah, absolutely. I don't mind at all. There's definitely a lot that, you know, there's definitely a lot that is tough to grasp. On top of everything else, I know I still make mistakes a whole bunch. Hope we're both doing well. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, thank you. How about yourself? Oh shit, there's another dwarf who's like reading as injured. Were they maybe just injured but not bitten? Okay, this bard was seriously injured. Hang on. First check. Detail all. Yeah, 4 cursed creatures on map, 3 of which are either deceased or missing. And then, yeah, that Iru the elf dancer is the only one who is currently showing anything about like being a threat. All right, we're just gonna get a posse together, and we're just gonna go and beat Iru up. We're gonna beat him to death. Oh damn. Oh wow, this guy is just okay, yeah. You know what? Ha ha ha. Just kidding. We're gonna go back into that one there. Realm of Enchanting. We'll get everyone together first. I was a little short from the booster shot last day. Also got your first ever fursuit head. Hell yeah. I hope it looks great. Okay, doot, doot. All right, we assemble a posse. We get we jump this this elf, but only once we've got everybody together. Post it on your blue sky. Ooh, I will have to take a look. All right, so Tyrus is gonna get a couple of war dogs assigned to them. To make things easier. If we're gonna jump this elf, we're gonna need as many warm bodies as we can get. Just friggin' dead body is here. All right, we'll make a trash compactor there real quick, but first, furry, yes. Which is very cool, very based. All right, we've got some war dogs around here. We've got people who are preparing. Tyrus is currently using a copper battle axe. It's better than nothing. Where did Iru go? There they are. Okay. Kill Eru. Go. Whoop. He's on the run. Kova is punching. God, everybody is like suddenly okay. There's punching, there's stabbing. The elf is running this time, bleeding and terrified. Okay, cool. It was whew, okay. Nemo's sun lungs is really dead. I'm not feeling sad right now. It was unfortunately necessary.
I'll let you raid my channel any day.
Oh, hi Gubu, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in. For those who don't know me, my name is Lola. I'm the world's only Molotov cocktail VTuber. I checked, and today we are playing some Dwarf Fortress. You know what? I know Cyrockany would want that. Love when the dwarves go, oh well, he's dead. Yes. How are you doing? What were you streaming today, Gubu? Ah, you're in here twice now. Bring snacks and prize. Yeah, how was Balatro? Did you make the number go up? When I do conversation, which eye am I looking into? I don't know until I notice, and I had to switch brat. You know, that's not something that I've actively thought about. Doing Slay the Spire, then a bit of Balatro. Hell yeah. Slay the Spire is it's the fancy name for bottom surgery. Alright, then yes, made numbers go up. Speaking of number go up, have you ever heard of Stupendium? Okay, all of the were creatures on the map are dead. So, Stupendium is a non-binary musician on YouTube, and they specialize in pretty much like all video game music. And they have a really good song about Balatro called Number Go Up. Okay. So the reason I'm carving this part out here is we're making a garbage disposal. Brain does love number go up feels. Hell yeah. Yeah, I do seem to have that effect on people. Or maybe just you, Ari. Alright, we've got people who are injured. We have a problem. Lately, your number go up name is Luck BL Landlord. Oh yeah, I've seen that on Steam, and like among the different tags there is like villain protagonist. We work to earn the right to work, to earn the right to work, to earn the right to work, to earn the right to give ourselves the right to buy, ourselves the right to live, to earn the right to die. Should've read the fine print, my friend. Should've read the fine print. Holy shit, this is a hell of a migrant wave coming in. Our numbers have gone up from 19 to 39. our numbers have basically doubled with that migrant wave. So so clearly all of that trading and sending home some nice trinkets and gifts from the mountain home
Thank you for
was
being a good little sub.
that paid off.
Hellola, how's the settlement, settling in?
Hi Brazen. Settlement's going real well. We just got a new migrant wave. We went from 19 dwarves to 39. We've got like a new armorer, an animal trainer, woodcutter, gem setter, some different crafts dwarves, a whole load of different farmers, which will be great for making sure we never go hungry. A pump operator, like, this is good. It also means we're gonna need to build a whole bunch of new rooms, but you know what they say, many hands make light work. That is a giant migrant wave. Okay, I'm gonna cancel the building of those. And then what I want to do here is we're making some final steps on the fortifications. We're gonna have have you ever seen Attack on Titan? Like the way that the settlements have that like one blister that comes out as like as a first entrance, and then there's like another gate behind it that like acts as a buffer. That's what I'm doing here. And we'll have some good strong doors to keep things out, and then like a drawbridge behind that. Then once we've got the whole area fully enclosed, then we build up. This place is called Ironspire after all. Okay. And yeah, whilst we were, yeah. Okay. Ari, you had a question about making an atom smasher. And I am happy to oblige. I'm gonna put in a couple of rock mechanisms because we need them. We need more hard stone boulders. All right, we're gonna do this real quick then. Mine some stone. I feel like miners are in kind of a rough spot right now. I have not played that one, Brazen. I've never heard of it. All right, new dwarves, gem setter. No, I need you to grab a pickaxe and get building. The Gelder, we currently have no need for someone who cuts off bowls for a living. Let's see, anyone else? Cheesemaker, we've got plenty of cheese. Need you to grab a pickaxe. There's digging to be done. All right, so some rock mechanisms are getting built up right now. So Rakanu is happy to put their skills to use there in cranking out those gears. All right, so to make an atom smasher, you need a bridge that raises up, and then you need a lever. You link once you've got a couple of mechanisms. Okay, we've got a mechanism. I think we need one more. Uh-oh, stinky. All right. Another thing that I want here is a hospital. It's going to be rudimentary for now, but yes, some of our dwarves were really badly injured, and I want them to be able to recover. Okay, we're gonna put a couple of chests in there for, you know, bandages, thread, that sort of thing. We need a chief medical dwarf as well. Let's see. Tara is a diagnostician, so let's get her on that as well. Actually, no, she's like bookkeeper as well. But yeah, she's literally the only one with any diagnostician skills, so I'm going to swap her off of record keeper and put a new dwarf in charge of record keeping. Cool. Swap them out. That way Tara can go and do diagnoses. Alright. Build them in. Tara is currently resting because she is also injured. Great. Okay, okay. Alright, we've got thread, we've got cloth, splints, crutches, buckets. We don't really have a well just yet. We might have to dig up a little further to find a place to like put a bucket. Diagnose old babes gay and wonder if you'd like to make out. Okay, but yeah, we've got a lever, we've got a bridge. You click the lever, you link, and then you click on what you want to link. Wait a minute. Okay, I think I've already linked it. Okay, so now that it's been linked, we pull the lever, someone comes over to pull it, the bridge rises up. And I've done a dumb because no one can actually get to place anything on that bridge, underneath. Okay, we'll get someone to dig through. Okay, now we're going to put a garbage dump directly in the path of the bridge. This is what we call an atom smasher, because anything that's directly under the bridge, when it falls down, will be literally removed from the game. It can be directly in front of it, but it can also be anywhere that would cause that the bridge would be like anywhere in its path. Like as long as the bridge would land on that space when it slams back down, that's acceptable. Hi Paradox, how you doing? All right, so now the dwarves are bringing the mangled and the rotten bodies to underneath the bridge at the place that has been designated a garbage dump. Okay. Get that stink out of the tavern. It's making everybody disgusted. More people are visiting. Usually make a rotting room for those things so you can harvest the bones later. That's not a bad idea. I'm just going to put a door in here to keep the stink in there. And also so that we can lock the door for safety. Okay, we've got another elf here that's rotten.
Hey, Lola.
Thank you for saying Hellola, Brazen. Okay, we're going to bring all that over here. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay, we've got all the corpses. Here we go. Another one. Throw that in there. Another one here. Throw that guy in the garbage dump. All right. Looks like we've got all the bodies dumped in. So now we're gonna lock the door so that so that a dwarf doesn't blunder into there and get crushed. So now we're gonna pull the lever again. Great for a dwarf. Thum. Anything that's in this area underneath the bridge just gets completely annihilated. Removed from the game. There. That's not Dwarf Fortress music. So yeah, all of those corpses are now no longer an issue. Now then, where were we? All right, we've made ourselves a little bitty like pit here, and this is going to be a pond. Designate that to be filled up with water. And then we just need to grab a water source, because right now we don't have a whole lot in terms of sources of creative plumbing. You know, we're just going to start denying people now. We don't need any more bards. Like, what if more of them are infected? All right, Brazen. Yeah, have a great night, and thank you for stopping in. Okay, we're gonna put in as nice a bucket as possible. Nice copper chain and a fancy mechanism so that people can appreciate a well dug well. All right, this is a, you know, stagnant water is better than nothing. You know, we can use it to, I guess, to wash people's wounds. It's like Jaunty and Mincott are both seriously injured here. All right. Now that we've got a diagnostician, we need a doctor. Okay. We're just gonna have to pick a few dwarves because right now we really don't have anybody who is especially the Gelder. Yes, that's perfect for a doctor. Okay. Tara is going to be doing the diagnosing. We can't have them be like both positions. This beekeeper, yeah, you are now a surgeon, and Nil, you are a novice bone doctor. So let's get you on the case. Okay. At least now we've got like a little bit of water in here. It's better than nothing. So yeah, I hope that helps with how to make an atom smasher, Ari. That is a lot of tetrahedrite. Looks like this bard Urval is still kind of injured, but you know, I guess she'll march on. A giant mole skeleton. Okay. Smashing. Yes, exactly. Okay. I'm gonna lock this door to the caverns for now because we don't need that many. Oh my god. Agitated buzzards. It seems we have pissed off the forces of nature so much that they are coming in to attack us. But you know what? We'll deal with that next Fortress Friday. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please be sure to click all those cool buttons like the like button, the subscribe button, and check out any other videos on my channel that you like. And please feel free to hit up my Twitch, give me a follow, and let me know that you came from YouTube. Thank you for watching, and once again, remember that the world is only as dark as we allow it to be.